want to take the CarMax number, trade it with us, we'll give it to CarMax and allow them to have the tax savings on it. So that will kind of lead into a lot of today's discussions and topics. And John, you tell me, how are we looking for time?
You can take a break if you want to.
I'm good. I can talk all day, but we can go. Beer?
I'm listening to you.
Okay. One of the things I want to point out is this new hat that we got. We've been rocking it for a couple of months.
It's a good looking hat.
This one is particularly special. We get a good view of it on the camera.
Gage Pittman Memorial, Rockin' Reds. That's coming up real soon.
It is. Again, jumping off topic because I don't have anything written down.
It's okay. This is how we roll, though, isn't it?
It is indeed. So a couple of years ago, we were fortunate enough to be able to hook up with the Pittman family, and they allowed us to be the title sponsor for the Gage Pittman Memorial Rockin' Reds Fishing Tournament. It's going to be in Panacea. What is the date?
It is June 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Okay. And it's at Woolery Park again, correct?
Yes. It's a great venue, great group of people out there. And we just always have had a great time.
We do. It's a great cause. It's another one of those events that 100% of the proceeds go to the payout. And that's the Pittman family that is more, they are certainly keeping the memory of Gage alive. They're continuing. The idea behind the Rockin' Reds is something that's pretty cool too, between Gage and his friend, and teaching each other how to fish and how to play guitar. But it's a really great event. There's going to be a lot going on, a lot of fishing. You're going to see a lot of youth that's involved, because that's a big drive behind it, is get the kids out there, get a line in the water, have some fun. It's going to be hot. That's okay. It's Florida. We got water and beer, so we'll survive.
It's going to be a great time. I mean, it starts, they're going to have a big captain's meeting on June 12th out there at Woolery Park, and they want all the captains to be out there. It's a 7:00 meeting, and then the fishing starts on Saturday. They get it going at early, like 4 in the morning.
One of the things I've seen, you see the same people keep coming back. We've seen some new folks come in there, but you see the same people keep coming back each year, and that's neat because they're making a tradition, and you can truly see the love in their heart for the event itself. The Wadsworth family, they were awesome. We met them down there last year. They wound up buying a vehicle from us and have stayed in touch with us, and now they're actually going to fish under our registration number, because I'm a terrible fisherman. I caught a red belly in the Swanee River when I was a kid. It was great eating, but that was the extent.
What? What'd you
a
catch?
red belly?
What is that?
I don't know. That's what I was told.
Okay, red belly fish.
Great grandpa Papu said it was a red belly.
I love
went with it. Anyhow, terrible fisherman. So we've got some folks that are fishing for us. The Wadsworth are one of them. We're going to have Daniel Rohan fishing. And then, as always, Captain Dean Rogers, awesome individual down there, will be fishing for us as well. And we're looking to come down there and have a great time with you guys. We're going to have our new hats out. We are taking down 100 of them, but I can tell you are going to go to the Pittman family so that they can match them up with their new shirts for this year. And they can decide whether they're giving them with the shirt or whether they're selling them. But all that money will obviously go to the Gage Pittman Memorial as well.
So wait a second. We're going to have 50 hats down there at the park, giving it away with the shirts.
No, we're taking 100.
Right.
But I said, I called Paige Pittman. I said, listen, can I give you like 50 of them? And you guys, with the new shirts, you can give them away with the new shirts. Because what happens is when we give them away, that's great. But I want these folks that are buying shirts, I want that money to be able to go back to the Gage Pittman Memorial. And if they're going to wear our hat, I'd rather at least be for the purpose of what we're down there for.
I think that's awesome.
So, plus, when we have them, we give them away, because we're not at 50. We're already at 49, because I got one right here. Abracadabra. We won't even make it out of the building. But that's the beauty of it. Our whole crew here is into the events that we do locally. And when they see the new hats come out, I mean, it doesn't take long to get a line down that hallway for everybody to grab their new hat. That's for sure.
Yeah, they all come running.
Yep.
New hat?
So
add it to the collection.
Indeed. John, we need to take a quick break, come back, and then I'm going to pick up some of the headlines that I want to dive into about some of the evolution of the industry right now under our feet. You tell me. Go ahead. Taking a break, folks. We're going to take a quick break for our sponsors. This is Bill McKinney with Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. We are broadcasting live here at Tallahassee Ford at 243 North Magnolia Drive. If you want to come get on camera, get on the radio, and get your appraisal done and get a true, real, active appraisal done. And what I mean by active was where we talk to you, because you know what you did to the car. You also know what you didn't do to the car. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure it out. If you really like to get a professional appraisal done and see what that looks like, come down. We're here. We're doing it in the next hour, and we'd love to have you here. See you. Bye.
All gas and no brakes. Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney will be right back after this short break. You're listening to Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. Insight, experience, and straight talk from inside the auto industry.
Hello, Tallahassee. Welcome back. I'm Bill McKinney. This is Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. We're broadcasting live from Tallahassee Ford. We just had another guest drop in on us. He's here. Imagine that. How often you see him?
Not often enough.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Alonso Tomachino from the Red Shed of Tallahassee. Also car salesman extraordinaire.
Yes, sir.
Just doing short people stuff, bro. Eating way too much, and I'll start wearing my shirt untucked because the belt don't lie.
Oh, wow. It's good to see you, though.
It's nice to see you too, sir.
Just FYI, we are live. Y'all don't get yourselves out of hand. Tommy, tell us about the Red Shed of Tallahassee.
It's going good, man.
Yeah.
I've been selling a whole lot of Cuban sandwiches. We're coming up with new ideas. Cuban pizza. We have the buffalo chicken pizza now. Buffalo chicken sandwich all on Cuban bread. We're thinking about bringing now the Cuban egg roll.
The Cuban egg roll.
Yeah.
Cuban egg roll. Does that have a pickle in it?
Yep.
I have not tried that yet.
We haven't.
It's like a Cuban sandwich in the egg roll form?
Yes, sir. We're gonna start doing that, and we got the idea. You know, my wife Chantel, she went to was it Sonny's? She loves rib rolls. Remember from Flanagan's?
Oh yeah, yep.
So she's like the pork, and I'm sitting
The guy
there
with the beard.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there watching her eat. I'm like, and I look at it, I open it up, and it's like it's just their pork, which is not as good as mine, and a couple of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I can do this. So they're sending me over the stuff now. So today or tomorrow we'll be trying them out and put it in there. So
You're gonna bring some tomorrow?
I heard you're going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here tomorrow.
You're not going to bring some tomorrow?
Hold on a second. Let me qualify. You're gonna be here? Be here? Or you're gonna be here?
No, I'm gonna be here.
Be here? Be here.
Yeah, Chantel's coming too. So
Okay. All right. If the War
Then you'll
Department,
be here.
Yeah. If the War Department's involved, you'll be here.
the warden.
So Tommy's going to be with us tomorrow. We've got this end of the month that we put together where we bring in some live music. We bring in some great food. The deals are amazing. Listen, employee pricing is out there. But folks, if you want to know the real truth about employee pricing, we'd have to raise our prices. They're below employee pricing. That's the shocking part of it. So yes, the cars are rolling out of here. The deals are amazing. The food's fantastic. The music is live. Actually, he's waiting on us to stop talking so he can start playing live. But tomorrow we're going to have a cafe takeover. And Tommy from the Red Shed of Tallahassee is going to bring some amazing Latin food in here. Say Cuban sandwiches, some ham croquetas, no chicken croquetas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some.
Does anybody buy chicken croquetas?
Yeah.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because they haven't had a ham croqueta. Just hey, what is it? Is it truth or facts?
Clock it.
Clock it. There you go.
We're gonna have some pastelito de carne, which is meat pastries, guava and cheese pastry, your favorite, and probably bring some rice and beans.
Fantastic.
We have that.
We're looking forward to it. It should be a great, enjoyable experience. So certainly going to leave them with belly too full. Hopefully we'll make some car deals on a Sunday.
And we have the big thing going on tomorrow, too.
And tomorrow it's a little more special. So yeah, it's Sunday. It's the end of the month. It's the last day of the month. But we kind of got gypped on Mother's Day event because of Mother Nature wasn't really cooperating. So we pushed it back. I don't know that we're going to get still the cooperation we're looking for. But hey, we'll take what little bit is there. And in the interim, we're going to have some great vendors here. My wife's actually going to be here in a little bit and talk about who all's going to be here and how we're going to look to pamper and spoil some moms out there and give them some of that deserved treatment that they deserve so well. This next segment, John, you tell me on time. We're going to hang out with Tommy some more. Do you want to take a break or we keep going?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We're going to open this one up. Tommy and I have been working together for a long time, 25 years. Yeah. And we both worked for a public company that wasn't public. I mean, when you started with them, it was owned by what? Dela Cruz, the dude from Brazil.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was it Sunshine Ford or Rainbow Ford?
Sunshine Ford.
Sunshine Ford. And then it went to Rooney when Rooney bought it. And then it went to AutoNation, which was AutoNation when Rooney bought it, but they take a while to establish the Wayfinder on there. You know, Tommy and I spent a lot of our younger years with a public company, which is AutoNation, and it was finding its way in the early years. I guess that'd be fair to say, right? It was a lot. We saw a lot that was one day and it was different the next day, but it was evolving. It went from a couple of stores to 373 across the country. It was quite large. Well, you skip ahead and you look into today, and someone asked me recently, they said, hey, Bill, if you got a car dealership, why would you bother messing with the trade skills, the electric company? And my answer to that is kind of how they are both intertwined. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. What we saw years ago with the groups buying up the dealerships and operating from a group platform one of the things you lose, like here in Tallahassee, is you lose that local connection. Who's the owner? He's not there. There is no owner. It's a board, right?
Nope. It's just,
It's
you
a
don't
bunch
walk
of
into nothing.
Exactly. But what they're very good at doing is they typically do a good job with health benefits. They wield a pretty big stick because they got a pretty big mass of folks, so they can shop some really good rates. They're good at efficiencies and centralizing things, but some of those things aren't good for the job market itself. Does that make sense? You follow me where I'm going with it? So the reason why I chose to go ahead and jump in on the trade business with my oldest son in the electric company was I see the same move happening now that started happening years ago. Is you've got the groups and the venture capital firms that are jumping in and buying trade groups. And the reason why is they're going to do the same things. If you called an electrician to come out at 5:30 in the afternoon, would you get an electrician at 5:30 in the afternoon? Would you expect to see him at 5:30 in the afternoon?
Typically not.
Right. Would you?
No.
J-Rod? Nope. You got to probably schedule that.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that I think that you'll see different. And what I mean by that is if you go and you look, when we opened McKinney Electric, I went through and I looked at the hours and I shopped it and I did a lot of things that we do in the dealership world to see where are we compared to everyone else, et cetera, et cetera. What I saw was they closed relatively early.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you look at it, McKinney Electric closes at 4:30. The traffic is just getting started at 5 right here.
Right.
All day long, I don't see it. At 5, I'll see it backed up from this next light all the way over here. So effectively, we're missing all those people that arrive home and realize my GFI outlet's not working, or man, I meant to get this address or that address. And so that's a need within the market that the drumbeat hasn't quite been loud enough, because I don't know that there's been enough folks out there to manage that expectation. But that's what I believe we're going to see them do, is come in and try to consolidate and clean some of those things up. You probably start seeing, like some of the larger service companies, you get a text ahead of time. This is the picture of the person that's coming out. This is what his name is. Why? Because I know how I feel when I have to have people be at the house and I'm not home. I'm concerned.
Yeah. I want to know who's showing up at my door.
Exactly. So,
Because my kids are going to be home. My wife may be home. I may not be at the house yet.
that was one of the reasons. But the other one that really ties it together is, in the auto industry, we've been working for years now on guest experience. It's
Mhm.
been a buzzword for years. And before it was a buzzword, it was a thought that we just need to do better, right? That's starting to make its way to the trade field as well. I think I'm uniquely qualified on that. I've been wrestling with the car business my entire life.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm uniquely qualified in that part of it to try to offer a good guest experience as we go along. So here's what that means. Here's an article that I just took a snapshot off of social media the other day, and it says Group One. Group One's a public company. They were one of the ones that, or in our early years with Auto Nation, I think it was Group One. It was us, Auto Nation. Group One may have been second, I think, and then probably Sonic after that, if I recall, something to that effect. But a very large group with access to tons of money. First thing out of it, Group One cut 700 jobs.
Dang.
Well, AI is here. If you think that repetitive tasks aren't an issue, not only are they expensive, they're a big time waster. Now you gotta quantify, what does that mean in terms for folks that are wasting time sitting here because the same thing has to be done multiple times. This is something that we dove in on a long time ago. I started reading the article, and really it's what during COVID, what we really started working on. The bigger lesson in this is the next phase of dealership operations will likely heavily focus on removing the friction on paperwork. One minute. We're going to come back then, because I'm going to talk about this one. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back and talk about this specifically, because this has an effect on the consumer. Some of it good, some of it maybe not so good, but we're going to put it out there and let y'all decide. Folks, I'm Bill McKinney. This is Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. We're broadcasting live from Tallahassee Ford here this Saturday on looks like a rainy day at the moment, but it'll dry up any minute. We'll be right back. We'll take a quick break for our sponsors. We'll see you in a few.
You're listening to Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. Insight, experience, and straight talk from inside the auto industry. You're listening to Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney, presented by Tallahassee Ford.
Hello, Tallahassee. We're back. I'm Bill McKinney. This is Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney, and we just got some more McKinneys, 3 more McKinneys in here.
Sure did.
We got Paxton, we got Ella, and we got my wife, Ksenia, aka the War Department.
Oh.
I do have this article that's so important, but one of the things I want to do is take a minute and talk about our Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about it, the vendors, what you got going on? Don't get stage fright. You're on camera, you're on the radio, and it is live, so there's no beep
Yeah, we
button.
are LIVE.
Yes. So we had to reschedule, as everybody knows, from May 2nd to tomorrow, Sunday the 31st. We're going to have great vendors. We have Tallahassee Biz. We have Dog It All. We have the Red Shed of Tallahassee. We have just a lot of food, a lot of giveaways. Free
What are we doing with all those
charcuterie
flowers
boards.
that we went and picked up yesterday, like shopping
So
carts full?
basically, you get free flowers. You get to make your own bouquet of flowers. You get to pick your flowers and just, have fun with it.
So one of the things we're trying to do is just try to, again, capture some of that local Tallahassee, right? And we started this last year. And when we thought of it, Mother's Day had passed. It was right at Father's Day. And we were able to kind of put something together. And each year, as we do these events, we're trying to learn a little bit more. But really, it's an opportunity for us to connect every one of us in this room. And then some knows how special moms are to us. And we wanted to have the opportunity to celebrate you as much as we can. So come down and join us tomorrow. It'll be a good time. Like I said earlier, some great food. We'll have some music. We'll hang out, make some flower arrangements. I've seen all kinds of stuff. I know you got like the whole parking lot.
Yes,
covered
we're
with
going
vendors.
to, our idea was kind of a pop-up little mini market, and we have great vendors that are going to be here. So come support them as well. And hopefully this won't be the last one we have.
No, it's going to be a great time. We're going to have so many.
Rain or shine, we're going to be here.
Yeah, and we're just going to have a good time with everybody out here and making friends and, just building relationships
Yeah.
among the community and, and treating mothers the way they want to be treated and just loving on
It should
everybody.
be every day.
Absolutely. It's
So
going to be a lot of fun.
just an extension of Mother's Day. And yeah, we're also going to have Mama Peas. So bring the kiddos.
Oh,
ice
yeah, that's
cream,
right.
yeah.
Mama Peas is going to be here.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we're going to jump back into the radio show. I wanted you guys to talk a little bit. You're welcome to sit in here and hang out with us on this next segment.
I'm going to go
Um,
enjoy some of that all-American
Corn.
truck we have out there.
Yeah, that's
That was
pretty
good. I
good.
got the macaroni and cheese with the pulled
I
barbecue
heard
pork.
there's nachos and
Yeah,
barbecue. I
all
mean, the kids are
kinds.
excited.
Fantastic.
Come and get some.
Y'all have fun. I love you. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
Bye, man.
This quick break. Here we
Is there a
go.
break?
All right. No, we're actually live. We're
Oh, that's
going up right now. Okay. So, folks, before we took the last break, I was talking about Group 1 cuts 700 jobs. I don't know if you want to Google it real quick. How many stores does Group 1 have, Drew?
Let's see here. Let's see here. They got a lot, don't they?
They're not going to give us a number. I'm not counting.
Yeah. That's just Texas.
They're going to be in the major metro
Yeah.
markets, I'm sure. All right. Either way, 700 jobs is a lot of jobs. And what it talks about in here, I found interesting. I screenshot this 13 hours ago. It says, to me, the bigger lesson in this is the next phase of the dealership operations will heavily be focused on removing friction, paperwork, duplicate tasks, unnecessary handoffs, disconnected systems, operational inefficiencies. As margins normalize, efficiencies will once again matter. This is something I've been talking about a lot. When you go online at our store, and probably I've done a poor job explaining it because we were learning and we piloted this system for Cox Automotive for almost 2 years. You can buy your car online. You don't need to come in. We love to see you, but we regularly sell vehicles every single day that folks never come to the dealership. They're not even local. We're doing them now all over the state. I cut a radio commercial yesterday and I was thinking about it. It's not exaggerating when I say we're everywhere. I mean, we're sending cars to states all over the country because now that we have the ability to do a car deal without folks being here, the price obviously has put us out there in the front, but the experience and the ability to do it without having to make it a day event or an entire weekend event, there's folks that have found that appealing. That goes back to conversations we've had before. Not everybody's a Tesla customer.
Nope.
Not just the car itself, but not everybody wants to buy that way. Some folks are still like me. I want to shake the box. I want to see, does it feel heavy enough versus the value that it costs?
Isn't that funny the way something feels weight wise? Man, that's built better, isn't it?
I think we all have different preconceived ways that we shop and what we find as the value, right?
Mhm.
To me, there's still the value in having a person and having a local store where it is that I go. But there's a lot of folks that they're fine clicking their way through online and having it delivered to their home. And I learned this by sitting in bed one evening and bought a car from Carvana, and I realized we got trouble. That was easy.
Wasn't the car getting delivered to you as well?
It was, I had the option. I
Yeah.
got one from Tesla too.
That's right.
I went through and I was like, I want to see it firsthand what's going on. I had
Mhm.
my wife do the return for the one in Tesla. The car didn't make it. And I think I'm like most husbands. Do you do returns or
Kim does.
Kim, she does them all?
Yeah, she does them all.
My wife does all the returns. So I buy stuff.
Return. I buy it. She'll return it.
I'm great at mine, but terrible about returning. Aren't we all? No, maybe not. Anyway, my wife did the cancel on the Tesla, which was also very easy to buy. But on Carvana, what I realized, that was the first one. I whipped open the iPad and I go through and I get to the end, $4.99, they'll deliver it basically the next day or something, or $0. I could go pick it up in Jacksonville. And to me, it was abundantly clear that we had to be that easy to transact with, but still have the relevance of having a person and the value and benefit of having a person, actual human, and contacting the deal. The other things I learned is they point out the defects in the car. They don't hide them.
No.
And, you know, I thought about that in time, man, remember the car we delivered in, let's just say Texas. And then when it got there, actually, there was one in Texas, and there was something that they didn't see online. We didn't see it either.
No.
But the difference is we weren't the one buying it. They were, and they felt got. That's, I think, one of the things that we're trying to get rid of in the industry. That's another thing that occurred to me. Again, dealing with AgPro, I bought a lot of stuff from them. And I felt I finally got myself aligned with what was the feeling of apprehension when I didn't want to go in one day because I wasn't sure if I was buying something. I didn't want to waste anybody's time. And then I thought, well, you know, I bought enough. I should be able to go look. And then I realized, man, I wonder, is that what my customers are thinking when they think about coming here? So to answer that question, you come and go as often as you want. We appreciate you considering us. When you buy, that's up to you as well. But that feeling that I had was, did I feel free to go look around without spending money if I didn't find the value? And the answer was yes. I was treated so well that the answer is yes. And this is a little AgPro right here on Capital Circle where I bought all my stuff. And look what happened from that. I send you there. Everybody that comes here, I send them there.
Yeah.
And I mean, our guy is here like Uber Eats delivering stuff all the time.
And we've developed a relationship with them. It's more of a friendship nowadays than it is even a
I'm not calling to buy
transactional
something from him. I'm
situation.
calling to get information on something that I knew I already wanted, and he helps me complete it.
And I don't know about a chainsaw. He does. He's
Right.
in that business.
And he knows about y'all. That's why he gave you electric ones. instead of
Right.
gas
And
ones.
he goes, dude, you don't need a gas one. You need an electric
You're
one.
not there yet.
Baby steps, buddy. I was like, okay.
But we have a relationship, and really that's where I feel now. I bought 2 pieces of equipment recently from him for the electric company, and what I felt was I had a partner that was helping me get things accomplished that I needed to get done, rather than like that first time when I went in there. I was like, okay, I'm going to go meet somebody new. I was referred to him, but you know, maybe that was an isolated experience. I don't know. But my point is, all of those experiences really led me to believe that we could do these things in the dealership. So when you go online on our website, what you see online is the same thing you see here. There's no different numerical arrangements that take time for you to get to understand them and feel comfortable with what's going on with them. So having said that, to say this, when it talks about duplicate tasks, I used to say all the time, man, when I go to the doctor, they ask me for my social security number up front and my date of birth.
Mhm.
And then somebody else asked me for it and somebody else asked me for it. And so that's what and I'm not knocking on doctors, but I'm saying I always equate what we go through at the doctor's office to what our customers go through here. Do they forget about us? Am I waiting longer than I need to be waiting? Do I need to remind them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So that's our experience of what our customers go through. And we're trying to streamline that. So when I read through this, it talks about, you know, being paperless. You see me go on my rant. I grab a piece of paper all the time and I snuggle to them. It's so comforting. It's so comforting. It's my Snuggie. Man, get rid of it. No paper. Get rid of it. And so that's what these big groups do when they buy these places is they do the little things that are inefficient, that are legal exposures, right? Paperwork laying around is a legal exposure, whether it's for compliance or whether, God forbid, it gets stolen and you have an identity theft. Paperwork in general is a compliance issue. There should be none. So when I read through this quick list, it allows them to clean it up. And a lot of that is in the consumer's benefit. When it talks about paperwork, and I talk about that, I had my identity stolen.
Yes, you did.
I had it stolen where I bought a car down in Miami.
Mhm.
And I still get random things that'll pop up once in a while. I'm like, wow, man, they'll give me anything, or that dude, whoever it is. Point is, that's what happens when you don't have those processes in place. And paperwork or no paperwork makes a difference for folks when it's digital. Duplicate tasks. unnecessary handoffs and disconnected systems, those all go into the deal flow, the slow deal flow, or operational inefficiencies. That's why we don't have finance offices here. Our business managers come out to the very table where you were sitting, and you never get moved. It's your house. We're grateful that you came in. We're not going to start popping you all over in different places in the dealership just to make you feel like we started something new again. You get comfy where you want, and we get started where you want, because our process, after all, is your process. Having said that, when you get moved around to different places, you're waiting on that handoff that it's talking about. And I've talked about that before. The salesman puts the deal jacket on the finance manager's desk in his office. Finance manager might not be there. He might be having lunch. He might be doing this. He might be doing that. But what ain't happening is your paperwork. In the meantime, you're just sitting out there. Another hour goes by, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And you're getting frustrated, sitting there waiting and waiting.
What's going on, Joel?
Wow, look at this.
Come on in. We're live.
We're live. I saw it in the car.
All right.
I was watching.
There
And
go.
you had to stop by, huh?
Welcome,
my
everyone. Joel
gosh.
Silver from Live Tallahassee is here.
Oh, man. We're on the radio. This is awesome.
The radio, the live stream. You're up next. We got full house.
There's the camera
Everywhere.
right there. You know, I'm a TV guy. I need to know where my cameras are. This is how I do this. I love this.
How's your morning going?
Oh, man. Loving this. I had to stop by. This is so cool what you guys do. You're trying to create a whole environment, a whole activity on this last weekend of the month, and I love that. And there's food trucks here, and there's cars to look at, and there's just
Stop raining?
music. Yeah, it did stop raining. I was
It
just
did?
outside, just so you know.
That's just Florida snow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I love this thing. There's your kids out there.
They are. So,
Love
folks,
those
we got a
kids.
lot going on, and Joel's right. The reason why we do all this, you're going to buy a car this weekend. There's a whole bunch of people who are going to go buy a car. We just want you to have a good time while you're doing it. We appreciate you spending some time with us. So put us on the list. Heck, even if you bought your car somewhere else, you can still come out and hang out and listen to good music. We'll sell your next one. It's okay.
And we'll teach you how to use one you just bought.
Exactly.
Listen, you're Live in Tallahassee is all about events that are happening and fun thing to do in Tallahassee. So, like, what you guys do here is amazing. Not to mention what you do outside of this dealership,
I appreciate
because we've
that.
seen you everywhere around Tallahassee. All these different events. We went to your golf tournament.
Mhm.
That was a ton of fun.
That was awesome. Turned out well. We raised $15,000 for the TMH Foundation, and that was all centered around mental health awareness. We've talked about it before with the ever-changing landscape of the automotive industry. We got to protect our mental health.
100%.
And never before, I don't think in the history of Mother's Day, has anybody done a second Mother's Day so you can celebrate mom 2 times.
You know what I'm talking
A
about? I mean,
year.
listen, if the kids don't get chocolate cake at lunch, they're going to look for it at dinner, right? But mom gets skipped, right? We just miss it. It's over.
Right.
That's what I always hear from the moms. I hear it from my wife. It's like Mother's Day is a blip and then it's gone. And then all the other rest of the days, it's mom's taking care of us day.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, can you give me something while you're up?
Doesn't mom deserve at least 2 days to celebrate
Absolutely.
mom? So that's exciting. So tomorrow you're going to be here
We are.
and all kinds of activities,
We're going to do it again.
food trucks, shopping. So that's pretty cool. No one has ever.
And it doesn't
tried to
matter
celebrate
whether it
Mother's Day
rains or
twice.
shines. It doesn't matter because we're going to make it comfortable for everybody.
We'll move them inside or in the service
That's
drive.
right.
They're bringing in the flowers now. Was it Trader Joe's? My wife wanted to go there, buddy. We went there with like a convoy of shopping buggies.
Yeah.
I mean, we looked like a flower shop going out to load up my truck to bring them all in here for folks to make their own flower
What can we
arrangements.
expect in the
And then
flower?
11:30.
Or you can make your own bouquet.
You can make your own.
You're gonna be able to make your own bouquet tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So you missed Ksenia. She came in here and she's ready. I mean,
charisma.
My 5-year-old daughter loves doing that. When you get to make your bouquet,
Yep.
she's done that several times. So
I will
she
say,
thinks it's
check
fun.
this out. Just business point. I noticed this thing. You know the little white things they call them the baby's breath?
Mhm.
yes.
I looked at the price for one of those little sprigs. It was $4, dude. Isn't that a
For
weed?
one little baby's breath?
I think it's a weed.
Are they?
I'm not.
I'm not trying to complain, but I was like, man, that's a good
Is
market.
there a shortage? Is there
I'm
a
not into
shortage of babies'
horticulture
breath?
that well, and I've got to find an app or something to figure out what plants are because I want to keep good ones and get rid of bad ones.
All right, folks, we're going to jump right back into this article real quick. And before you came in, Joel, what I was talking about is a lot of the big groups that are buying dealers, and you're finding they're jumping on the trade side. We know locally one of the larger electric outfits, probably the largest one in town, was recently acquired by a venture capital group. They're going to find a way to get the efficiencies, right? Electricians that'll be at your house at 5:30 without being an emergency call versus being closed at 4:30 and things of that nature.
Okay.
I think that we'll see some of those things. So I think a lot of the similarities that we're seeing to straighten out the car industry are also trailing right behind, but they're now falling in line on the trade side. I think that's what we're going to see. So that was the reason why I jumped in on that. But that still leads me to this article that says Group 1 cut 700 jobs. Well, if you look around, the car business is holding up for all the crazy gyrations that we've gone through. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but us, our year over year, we're there. We're doing well. We're continuing to improve. We're continuing to grow. I thank the community for that. That's helping us do that. But when I see a large group that cut 700 jobs, I think, man, why are you cutting 700 jobs in a market that's actually holding up? There's a lot of things against us, but we're still holding up. That's my point.
The whole world.
And so when
Is against
you see them cut 700 jobs, those are probably not sales jobs. Salespeople are the last people to get cut, just FYI.
Okay.
Because in the auto industry, salespeople don't cost you money. They're paid on commission. So they really don't cost you money. You know who lost their jobs in that? The people that do support. You know who that support is?
Sure.
Those jobs that may not be 100,000. Maybe they're 40,000, 50,000, or 60,000. Maybe it's working in accounting. Maybe it's working in titles, because they'll consolidate a lot of that stuff, those jobs. So when we get job cuts in the auto industry, sales positions are the last ones, because those are the ones that keep the doors open.
Interesting.
And the ones that usually will go first will be accounting departments and things of that nature. And when you got big groups, they'll consolidate it. And when we talk about things being paperless, and they mentioned it, and they're talking about paperless makes it easier to do that.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have to hand it off, which was another thing in there, a handoff that slows the process down. You do it like we do it now. I can pull up any deal I want from any computer I want, just like that. I don't have to have anybody look for anything anymore. I'm no longer beholden to that.
Really?
We've been working for 2 years to be completely digital, and now I can click that bad boy and see every single thing anywhere I am, as long as I have internet access, period. When these larger companies get to that point and they're able to scale, that's what puts those jobs, makes them a vulnerability, because they become an inefficiency. It's another person sitting there that has to take a manual handoff rather than X. So saying all that to say this, the car business is still good. It's still holding up. We're still growing. But folks, when I talk about staying local and you hear people say, oh, you got to go out of town, there's a few things I want to shine on that. One is, when you go out of town, you're going to be going to a Group 1. Because I'm getting ready to, could you pull up the Ford report on there? I'm going to put that Ford report on there. And it'll show you that Group 1 that people go out of town and think they're going to buy from, that just cut 700 jobs of people that no longer have one, we actually outsell them. Those people are coming here.
No.
So sending them there is wrong on many levels. One, it takes them out of your local market. Two, they don't plan to see them again.
Yeah, Bill.
They don't have the same vested interest in them.
People say you can go get a better deal in a big city. I don't think that's the case.
Let me qualify.
Okay.
That. When you get into towns that are called single point towns, such as Tallahassee, what that means is there's one Ford store, there's one Toyota store. You know what I mean? There's one of the franchises. There's not multiples, which in a lot of folks' eyes can change the level of necessity for competitiveness. And what I mean by that is, my Ford store in Miami, I joke, but I could walk to the end of the driveway and see the next Ford store. You know what I'm not letting happen? There's no reason to hold out for a high price. Take your first offer and get on with it. Now, when you come to Tallahassee, you don't have that. The next Ford store you got to drive, it's probably 40 minutes to get to. And I'll tell you, when I got here, this store was tied with it at 30 something cars, and it shouldn't have been. And now, you know, we'll probably do 200 this month. But my point is we outgrew that, because with the moment I walked in, I wanted to have the same pricing philosophy as we have in a major metro market, which is I can lose my customer. Because I believed then what folks are getting their heads tuned to now. They don't have to walk to the end of the driveway to see it. They have the internet. They don't even have to go out to the driveway. Yeah. They can do it from their phone.
That's the part of the show I listened to when I was in the car heading this way, and it was something you can go online and buy a car.
Yeah, so you can buy your entire car.
Now, this is not something that's there's not a lot of ways to hide stuff anymore.
There's no secret sauce.
And I don't know if there was. But.
No, there is secret sauce. You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
And this is the part about this. Yes, that's the secret sauce.
That's the people.
I think we're all struggling with people. Maybe I don't know if it's just in the hospitality side. Attention to detail seems to struggle, but I kind of put that in line with the hospitality side of it. There's the friction from the customer and the friction from the salesperson, when the reality is they came in to buy a car. You came in to sell a car. Don't screw that up. Have a normal conversation and, you know, ask, what are you planning to achieve today? What's most important? So those are the things that we worked on. And a lot of what it's talking about in there is putting the customer first. when we talk about transparency, that's something I've always believed in, because I've said before on the radio show, I hate asking people to buy. To me, that's like asking for money, and I never want to do that. So what I always did was make sure I did everything in order that I didn't have to, that I had a partner in the deal rather than an adversary in the deal. I presented it well. There was a good value for what they were paying. Therefore, when we ran into the expired insurance card obstacle, they didn't say, let me go home and figure it out. They actually figured it out because I had a partner in the deal rather than somebody that was looking for a way to get out of it and kind of collect their bearings. So that's the only way I knew how, but I also have never taken a formal sales training.
But you've also instilled into a lot of people the importance of prioritizing them as a guest.
Absolutely.
Not as a customer, as a guest.
Absolutely.
And when you go get that bottle of water, you bring it out there and you're holding it in your hand. You're not touching it. You're just holding it with a piece of napkin. You're offering a pastry or something good. And it's all about the experience and what you're experiencing as a person and building that relationship. We may not sell you a card today, but building this relationship, I want to sell you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, everybody a car. And it's all about relationships.
It's one of those things you may not be buying now, but when you do buy, you got to think, who was it going to be?
And we're not going to put you in that position where like, well, I got to go home to get my insurance card and never come back.
Right.
No.
We don't want to get into that position. I'll read you this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A friend of my wife's sent to her the other day, and my wife just sent it to me yesterday. The first one is just a picture of the first graders. Oh, I can believe first grade's over. They're so darn cute. That wasn't it was a screenshot. The next one, hey, just wanted to send along a compliment. Mike and I went by the dealership on Monday to look at trucks, and everyone there was so nice and attentive. We went to a few other dealerships as well, and the service didn't compare. It was actually pretty bad. Cough, cough. They named one of the stores. I won't say it. It's evident that you guys have worked hard on your staff to make them feel like they are valued and clearly prioritize the customer service experience. It was really nice experience for us. They haven't bought a car yet, and that's cool. And if they never buy a car from me, that's cool too.
But it's about that experience that you have.
Did
right?
we present ourselves as car salesmen, or did we present ourselves as professionals? That one says we presented ourselves as professionals, and we were able to shed that funk that none of us really enjoy in the industry. That, you know, as I tell Richard down in service all the time, hey buddy, our reputation unfortunately was carved out before you were born. Some dude in the 70s in a polyester suit sealed our fate when it comes to that. The best you can do is be the best version of you so that they can see you for who you are rather than the shadow that guy left us to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all, yeah.
So those are the things that we're trying to get accomplished. I mean, the events, they're great. They're fun. I certainly don't hate being at work for them, but it's that impression that we leave on our customers, because I know that if we don't sell them a vehicle, if that's how they felt when they didn't buy, not only will they consider us next time, it's going to put a hell of a spotlight on who does sell them a car to make them do the right thing.
Yeah.
And overall, these kind of things force good change in our industry, starting here, moving outward locally, and then the other stores doing their part. It spreads, and that's really how the industry gets itself kind of cleaned up.
You guys are incredible here. But while you're talking about hospitality, because I want to make sure you're still good with this, because this week on Live in Tallahassee, on the TV show, you had said we have so many events going on that we can jump in one of your cars and go around town in that car.
Yeah.
And we want to do that.
Come on.
So if you're still good with it, we want to do that this week. And hopefully we'd like something cool,
Absolutely.
you know, to get in. So we're fired up about that.
Put in a big Bronco Raptor we just jacked up.
While you're talking about hospitality, I want to make sure that we're going to drive around. We're going to show the car, but we're also going to drive around to all these different places and see. There's so many grand openings, so many things happening in town. That's what we do. And so good, cool.
Let's do it.
Thursday night, 7 p.m.
Thursday?
Live in Tallahassee is the show. So make sure you tune in, because we're going to feature some cool vehicle here.
We're going to put them in the Bronco Raptor. We got a nice one we just did.
Bronco
Super
Raptor.
Cool.
Yes.
Looks real good.
Something like that would be amazing. I love it.
All right.
I'm fired up that I was able to attend a little bit of this show.
We're glad you made it out.
Came in at the end.
Right on. John, how we doing on time, bud?
You can keep going as long as you want to, Bill.
Okay.
All right.
I thought we were almost done.
No,
I wanted to make sure I got that in.
You want to take a quick break, then come back?
Yep. Let's take a quick
You got
break. We'll come
Superstar
right back.
John over there? I didn't even see him over there behind that monitor.
We'll take a break and you come right back.
All right, folks. I'm Bill McKinney. We're Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. We're here with my friend Joel Silver and Adam Dewar, the one and only J-Rod, and John Joplin. We'll see y'all in just a minute.
We'll be right back, shifting into second gear after this short break from our sponsor, Tallahassee Ford. You're listening to Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney, presented by Tallahassee Ford.
Hey folks, welcome back. Happy Saturday. I'm Bill McKinney. We're broadcasting live from Tallahassee Ford. We're getting kind of towards the end of our show. I wanted to take a minute, introduce you guys to Brannon Sneed. Brannon is our Director of Operations, and that name may sound familiar to you. About 7 years at Peter Buller, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And joined us here just the tail end of last month. Yeah, maybe the last couple of days.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, welcome. This is our first live show in the dealership. And I wanted to take a minute and introduce you and let everybody know you're here with us. So you got the mic, my friend. Welcome.
No, I appreciate it. Well, thanks for the time. Thanks for the opportunity. The Tallahassee Land Babe Ruth, and growing up here, it's just such an honor to be able to be recognized by the and everybody that you work with and here in Tallahassee.
It's it's one of those things where I'm not from Tallahassee. I'm a transplant. I understand Tallahassee because I grew up in a one red light town. So I understand what it's like to have a small, tight-knit community where you could literally be walking into Winn-Dixie and ask, where do I live? And 3 or 4 people could give you a turn by turn. So, and how does the world operate when it's that kind of a town? And Tallahassee, while it's not a one red light town, I've grown to realize really quickly, it still is that town, just a little bit larger scale. And man, how the car business evolves and how it rolls, and the tide comes in and the tide goes out. And I've been sitting here for 5 years, and I've been thinking and trying to wrap my head on who would I have? Who could be that person that could be the person for me in the front and take over? And it's hard because I know a lot of guys that have a lot of talent. They're all down south. What I also know is if I brought them to Tallahassee, as successful as they are, they'd probably crash and burn. And then lo and behold, one day, because I talked to everybody, somebody says, "Hey, you know that fellow Brandon Steed over at Toyota?" I said, "I do." He said, "I think you might want to call him." And so I did. And the rest is history. Here we are, my friend. I want to put it up there. I don't have it, and I really wish I could log in to show it real quick. But we are currently, just FYI, in the Orlando Zone G, which is the one that we are in. We are currently sitting in second place, which is right behind Mullinex Ford. And we are working hard to get in front of them. And I can tell you that when I thought about having you come join the team, and I thought about it, I was like, man, I need somebody who can understand what it is I'm trying to get done. And the fact that you're local and you get it, and you understand that there's more than just selling a car. Not everybody gets that. So I appreciate that. Welcome to the team. And we are absolutely looking forward to great things in a big future with you, my man.
I appreciate it too, Bill. I mean, I love Tallahassee. Tallahassee is home for me. It's where raised the family, played ball, and grew up. And just to be able to serve this community, in addition to the car business, I retired from the Florida Highway Patrol after almost 20 years of service with them. And just community services is what we do and what we're going to continue to do here.
And you got a great family. You got a good brother, a good father.
Yep.
I've met them both, and they're just good people.
We can't forget about my mom. Let me say that.
That's right.
That's true.
You
You got to get her up here tomorrow.
Yeah,
I need to get her up here for tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, the flowers are a deal. Those flowers,
Yeah.
we cleaned out Trader Joe's, just buggies of them. My wife, she was bringing them in now so they can make their own flower arrangements.
Yeah.
So I was asking her, like, what are they going to do? When it was the Father's Day event, I knew what we were going to do. I'm going to haircut, look at a Harley Davidson that I'm not going to buy, daydream about it,
And pick up a rake.
go on over to AgPro and get me a ride mower that I am going to buy.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So on and so on, and eat too much. Anyhow, I appreciate you, Brandon. I appreciate you spending some time with us. We're going to round this one out. We're going to cut it out, guys. We're going to see y'all next week and do it again. But in the meantime, come visit us. Those of y'all that know Brandon, come say hi. It's okay if you're driving a Toyota. We'll get you out, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just for the record, my brother worked for Toyota for a long time. So I get it. We used to wear each other all the time. He used to tell me about that Tundra. Did I tell you that story? He used to tell me all the time how awesome that Tundra was. And then he asked to borrow F-150.
Then he realized he made a mistake.
No, he's fighting me to this day. He put a supercharger on that Tundra.
Really?
To this day, he's still fighting it.
Yeah.
There's folks that want to prove you wrong, and some that want to prove you right.
He's trying to prove you wrong.
He's holding out, buddy. He's holding out.
Lone survivor.
I will tell you that my brother leased a car one time when I was early in the car business. And I've said it before. He did a 60-month lease on a Honda Accord. I'm like, bro, don't you watch the TV? It's the same lease they got going for 36 months. You just gave him an extra 3.
For nothing.
Yeah. Like
Dang.
13 times I had to trade him to get out of it. We talked about those stories when family members do wonky
Yep,
things.
yep.
You're like, I don't love this car. You don't have to, buddy. It's one step closer to getting you out of that last mistake. Enjoy. Anyhow, guys, I'm Bill McKinney, my friend Brandon,
Andrew?
J-Rod, John, we out for the weekend?
Good.
Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for loaning us your ear for the last hour. I hope you found it entertaining. Most importantly, I hope you found that you got some friends. When you roll into 243 North Magnolia and you come into Tallahassee Ford, you're welcome here. We appreciate you coming here. And whatever you do after that's entirely up to you. We'll just be grateful to see you. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you soon.
See you.
Thank you.
That's today's edition of Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney. Thanks for listening. And remember, when it comes to cars, information matters just as much as the vehicle itself. Rev'd Up with Bill McKinney is presented by Tallahassee Ford. Join us next week for another smarter conversation about the road ahead.